Hello, I'm Ada,
And I'm Michaela.
and today we're going to be learning about the history of the Vernon Brannon house. On February 4th, 1846, Samuel Brannon sailed from New York abroad to Brooklyn. He, along with his fellow Mormons, had been sailing to California in hopes of forming a Mormon kingdom separate from the United States. When they arrived, California had become a U.S. occupation. However, Brannon had decided to stay and settle, and for this he was excommunicated. In 1847, he decided to fund a store at John Sutter's fort. When gold was discovered, he quickly opened a store and started selling equipment to miners, making thousands of dollars per day. Brannon had made a fortune in the gold rush, though some of his business strategies were less than ethical.
The beginning, even before this this town was like America, like 1 year before, all the Americans started to come and they started to build with wood. But after a fire that it was like in the middle 60s, 60s, 1860s, sorry, the only building that was in stand was Evangeline's.
Replaced by a one-story building that was owned by Sam Brannon. It held Sacramento's first post office. It burned in 1852. The 1854 building became the founding site of the Sacramento Pioneer Association. Then in 1855, it became the Vernon Brannon House. It was owned by Miss O.J. Clark. Miss O.J. Clark then sold the building to Peter Briding, who then returned it to a hotel in 1865. He renamed it the Brannon House to honor the first owner of the land, Samuel Brannon, 1819 to 1889. The building was lifted 9 feet off the ground in 1865 to avoid getting flooded. Samuel Brannon was one of the richest men in California, using his influence to take part in the San Francisco Vigilante Committee. Though he was wealthy, he wasn't the smartest in using his funds. Divorce and some failed businesses left Brannon penniless. He would end his life as a small salesman selling pencils door to door. Thank you for joining us. I'm Michaela, and this was the Vernon Brannon House.